Alright, I'm going to show you what I did over here with the bolts as I took them out of the radiator. You can see how they're arranged all in a nice circle, because they're different lengths, slightly. The ones around the ends, for some reason, are a little bit shorter than the ones in the middle. And right here, this is the front. So this front and these 4 bolts, these are the 4 bolts in the center on the front. And it just kind of goes around in a circle from there. Of course, I put the petcock right there so that I know where that goes to. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But we get the reinforcement bars here and here. Those are all shined up, ready to go. Got the end supports right over here. Got those all wire brushed. Found something. I was a little impressed with this guy right here. This is a wire brush I got at, of course, Harbor Freight. What else? I know you're going to hate me for that, but it's the first wire brush I've come across that actually wire brushes stuff. Usually the wire brushes I get, even the good ones from the good places, they don't actually take anything off. You just kind of bend all the bristles over and then nothing happens. But as you can see here, I have the gasket all completely removed. I use this little guy over here I found. I have no idea where the multi-tool is that goes with it, but there it is. Got her focused. I have no idea where the multi-tool that belongs to it is. It's got to be around here somewhere in my mess, but yeah, that worked. Just grabbed it by hand. Tried not to skin my knuckles off on any of this over here. Nice sharp edges. Wonderful stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get myself some get some gasket sealer, and I'm going to smear that on there, lay the new gasket down, drop the new radiator in place. Speaking of which, I'm going to do my first YouTube unboxing here. I haven't opened this yet. R0436 radiator, GRWT, probably gross weight 5 kilograms. But this is a reproduction Cub radiator. I've heard that these things are hit and miss. Got this one cheap, so if it's no good, doesn't fit, doesn't work, I'm not out too much. Okay, let me put you back on the stand here. Okay, let's get me a knife. This nice dull knife I had from earlier. I'm going to cut these out of here because I may need them later. Okay, holy crap, the guy taped them right on there. Does it come out one end? No, it's got to come out the top, of course. Yeah. Okay, we'll just get this. Get her slid off there. Rip the tape. Ah. Oh boy, he taped the entire length of this one. Well, worst case, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to go and take the radiator, the original, back to a radiator shop and see if they can find the leak and fix it. Okay. Ew. Flange is bent. Not good. Bad news right off the bat. Ugh. Got some box damage here. Look at that. Flange is bent. I don't know if there's a gasket with it either. I may be gasketless. I don't know. Seems alright. Other than that, it's been rattled around. It's hard to ship a radiator without getting the fins all dinged up. You know, there's some dings on the ends here. This is pretty thin tin, so I'm hoping it'll pull back into position once I get her hooked up on the tractor. Well, let's set her down over here and see what we got. You can't see this, but I'll get to you in a second. Now the holes line up. Yeah, the hose is okay. Oh, this overflow tube's weird, but I don't think there's a gasket in here. Oh, there's a gasket. Thank God. There's a gasket. That's all right. Yeah, there's the gasket. I don't know, I'm going to pan up here. Doesn't look too bad. What do you think? Well, next thing in the row here, I'm going to go ahead and try to put this radiator on. It's not great, but I think it's better than nothing. I'm certainly going to figure on it being better than it was before. So I've smeared a little bit of a coating of Permatex number 2. I think it's 2B. Yeah, form a gasket sealant. The pliable stuff. I always use that. Just a little smear. Not much, just enough to keep the gasket in place. Seal up any little pinholes. So I'm going to lay the gasket down next. We'll go back over here. I don't know how long you're going to be recording because the battery's almost shot on the camera already. So we're just going to go ahead here, drop the gasket down on. Got a little sealant in some of the holes here. That shouldn't hurt anything. And I'm going to go ahead and lay in a smear of sealant over here on the radiator as well. Don't want that styrofoam in there. Why I didn't just use the air hose for that. I don't know. Right, tell me why. Okay. Whoa, no, don't tip over, you little bastard. Oh, it might be the end for this radiator before it even starts. Who knows? Does not appear to have ever been used. So there's that to be said for it. So it doesn't appear to be a failure on somebody's part. You know, they tried it, didn't fit, so they tried to bag it off. Maybe they just lost interest or whatever, but I think these are the only kinds of radiators you can get these days for the Cubs. Like I said, I don't have much in it. Right now, most of what I got in this radiator is my time. Well, I spared you guys the tedium of fishing all these bolts back in. Let me tell you, it was no fun. No fun at all. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 18 bolts holding this thing in. And 4 of them along the back are real tough to get to. They're so bad you can't even see them. I was working almost blind in there. So, like I said, just count yourselves lucky that I spared you the tedium of fishing all those bolts back in, all the swear words and whatnot. Right now I'm just busy snugging everything down, working my way around. Looks pretty good though, don't you think? I do. I can see I'm getting a little bit of squash out there with the Permatex, so I'm getting a good seal going. Now, as long as the rest of the tank is intact, I think we'll be all right. We got squishage. Come on, get on there. Crang, crang, crang. I don't think this bolt's even in. That is just like nigh on impossible there. That couldn't have happened. Okay, I've already done the back bolts. Tightened those up when I had the wrench on them. I wasn't going to give up that opportunity. Getting the wrench in there was bad enough as it was. There's no way I'm going to do it twice if I didn't have to. Did it once to get them out and once to get them back in. 2 times too many if you ask me. Oh no! I knew I'd pay for that. Come on. I decided to put the wrench on one where I'd already been. And that's what you get. The fact that this has almost no pressure on it at all. I don't think that bent flange is going to be an issue. I got all these plates holding it down. I got the bracket over here is holding it down around this side. I got a plate like this front and back. And I've also got the other guy over here. Wow. Settled down a little bit. I have to give them all a little extra torquing, a little extra attention here. All right. Let me just get this one here that's not really easy to get at with a wrench. The socket. Boy, you can. Oh, this tank leans back a little bit on top. Interesting. I hope that doesn't screw up my fit with the hood. That could be a problem. Get this bolt started. Screw number 1. So far, everything's fitting in pretty good. My initial disappointment with the fact that it didn't have, well, I'm sorry that it had some box damage. My initial disappointment there. It seemed to work out all right. Brass, 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 brass. Brass doesn't corrode into steel. There's my overflow tube. Not stock. The overflow tube is supposed to be, I think it's